The Civic Action for Democracy says it has approached the Owerri Federal High Court seeking the delisting of the Action People's Party. The group also petitioned the Independent National Electoral Commission urging it to deregister and delist Action People's Party as a registered political party in Nigeria. The Executive Director of CAD, Mazi Franklin Ngoforo, who spoke to journalists on Monday, said AP has been deregistered and there is no need for INEC to retain it in its database. We are determined to terminate the fraudulent retention of deregistered AP in INEC list of registered political parties in Nigeria. This is an ongoing struggle to protect the integrity of our electoral system and to defend the sanctity of our Constitution. We filed a patriotic suit at this federal high court in Owerri, with the suit number FHC CS 03-2026, challenging the Independent National Electoral Commission's illegal retention of the deregistered Action People's Party in its database of registered political parties. Every relief we seek is grounded in iron-clad constitutional provisions, binding Supreme Court precedent, and the fundamental principle that no institution, no matter how powerful, can place itself above the Constitution and the rule of law. First, we have established beyond any shadow of doubt that AP was lawfully deregistered by INEC on February 6, 2020, pursuant to Sections 225 and 225A of the Constitution and Section 94 of the then applicable Electoral Act, and that this deregistration was conclusively affirmed by the Supreme Court of Nigeria in March 2022 in a final and binding judgment that is binding on all authorities and persons throughout Nigeria. Second, we have proven that INEC's claim that AP obtained an interim court order restraining its deregistration is demonstrably, verifiably, and incontrovertibly false. No suit was filed, no court file exists, no motion was filed, no order was granted, and INEC's refusal to produce any documentation for nearly 6 years constitutes an admission that this claim is a fabrication designed to shield corrupt dealings. Third, we have shown that even if such an order had been granted, which it was not, the notion of an interim injunction remaining operative for 6 years without renewal or extension constitutes a legal impossibility under Nigerian law and an insult to our entire judicial system. Fourth, we have demonstrated that AP's participation in elections after its deregistration, including its fraudulent acquisition of a councillorship seat in Jigawa State in October 2024, cannot cure the fundamental nullity of its non-existence as a registered political party. And fifth, we have established that INEC has a mandatory constitutional and statutory obligation to remove AP from its register, and that the courts have both the jurisdiction and the duty to compel INEC to perform this obligation through orders of mandamus. Reacting to the statement by CAD, the publicity secretary of Action People's Party, Kahathan Duke said, "CAD's so-called historic legal action is nothing but recycled propaganda dressed in legal jargon." INEC, as recently as its latest published register of political parties, which remains public and accessible, continues to recognize AP as a duly registered political party. No court of competent jurisdiction has ever declared otherwise in a final judgment binding on all parties.